The ongoing saga of Kurulus Osman continues to captivate viewers with its intricate plot, ever-evolving character, and the overarching theme of revenge that has become central to the show. As we look ahead to the next episode, the question arises, what new twists might come, and how will the characters respond to the mounting tension? At the heart of Kurulus Osman lies the theme of revenge. Osman Bey's quest for justice and the restoration of his father's legacy has often been driven by the desire to avenge wrongs done to his family, his people, and his value. However, what happens when vengeance blurs the line between right and wrong, and when it becomes personal rather than just a mission for justice? The series has touched on this several times, but the next episode could see Osman's pursuit of revenge take a more complicated turn. Could this theme of revenge create a rift among Osman's closest allies? As we've seen, the tension between Osman and some of his comrades has been steadily rising. The cracks in the Brotherhood are becoming more visible, especially with the ongoing struggles regarding leadership and loyalty within the Turkish Beylik. As Osman's influence grows, can his allies maintain their own autonomy, or will they become pawns in a larger game of revenge and power? Throughout the series, Osman Bey has often struggled with balancing justice and revenge. This internal conflict is most apparent in the way he responds to personal betrayal. When faced with betrayal, Osman's instincts lean towards immediate retribution, but there's often a reflective moment where he contemplates the greater good. This ambiguity is what makes him a complex character. He's not just a warrior fighting for his tribe, but a man trying to navigate the dangerous waters between personal vendetta and the responsibility he has as a leader. As we approach the next episode, one of the key developments could be Osman facing the consequences of his past action. Could the fallout from his decisions finally come to a head? His enemies are many, and they have not forgotten the affronts to their honor. As his enemies close in, we may see Osman forced to confront the possibility that his pursuit of revenge might have deeper consequences than he anticipated. What if his decisions create new enemies among those he considered allies? What if the revenge that has fueled his journey for so long ultimately consumes him? In Kurulus Osman, alliances are constantly shifting, and loyalty is never guaranteed. While Osman has built a network of trusted warriors, politicians, and strategists, there have been moments where betrayal looms large on the horizon. The most prominent example is the ongoing tension between Osman and certain factions within his tribe, particularly with those who have their own ambition. Is it possible that Osman will soon have to choose between his personal vendetta and his need to maintain unity within his own ranks? The bonds between Osman and his closest allies have already been tested, and with the forces that align against him, this tension is bound to intensify. It would not be surprising to see a shift in alliances, where former allies turn against Osman, either out of a thirst for power or as a response to the heavy toll his quest for revenge has taken on the Beylik. If this happens, how will Osman react? Will he be able to salvage these relationships, or will he view betrayal as another act that requires retribution? Malhun Hatun has increasingly become a central character in Osman's journey, not just as a wife, but as a strategic partner. Her involvement in the political landscape of the Beyliks cannot be understated. In the upcoming episode, we may see Malhun take on an even more active role, supporting Osman in both tactical and emotional ways. Her strength has been shown, but will she remain a supporter of Osman's drive for revenge, or will she become a more autonomous figure in her own right? Could Malhun Hatun be the voice of reason in a situation where Osman's desire for vengeance clouds his judgment? Throughout history, women have often been the unsung voices of wisdom in the political landscapes of dynasty. Could Malhun's wisdom eventually balance Osman's impulsive nature, or will she be swept up in the momentum of revenge, aligning herself fully with her husband's desire? The next episode may delve deeper into this question. We have seen characters make questionable decisions in the name of honor, and it's likely that the line between honor and vengeance will become even more blurred. Can honor ever truly be restored through revenge? Or is it possible that a new sense of honor will emerge through forgiveness and the pursuit of a greater good? How far is Osman willing to go to restore his family's name and the honor of his tribe? And what are the costs of those actions? What can we expect from the upcoming episode? The upcoming episode promises to be a turning point in the series. With the stakes higher than ever, it's clear that Osman will face new challenges, both internal and external. Whether it's the growing internal conflict regarding vengeance, the shifting political alliances, or the potential for betrayal, there's no shortage of developments that could drastically change the course of the story. A major question is how Osman will balance the internal pressure of leading a growing Beylik with his personal desire for revenge. Is it possible that his ambition for power might overwhelm his sense of justice? And how will his allies and enemies respond to the choices he makes? We could be heading toward a significant moment in which Osman must choose between his personal desires and his duty to those who follow him. How this decision will play out remains to be seen, but the consequences of his actions will undoubtedly affect the trajectory of the entire series. As we continue to explore the deeper intricacies of Kurulus Osman, the following segment delves into the political maneuvering and personal dynamics that are driving the narrative forward. With each new episode, the stakes continue to rise, and the actions of Osman and his closest allies will have have far-reaching consequences. How will the political and personal forces at play intersect as we move closer to the next major plot development? One of the most striking elements of Kurulus Osman is how the political landscape continues to evolve. As Osman's power base grows, so too does the complexity of the alliances and rivalries surrounding him. Osman's expansionist agenda is becoming increasingly ambitious, with more tribes, leaders, and factions vying for power. But how long can Osman's coalition of diverse interests hold together before it fractures under the weight of competing ambition? The question of who will control the fate of the region is likely to dominate the upcoming episode. The power struggles between the different beyliks, the Byzantine Empire, and the Mongols are becoming more intense, and the next episode will likely present Osman with the challenge of navigating these ever-complicated political waters. Will Osman's thirst for revenge on those who have wronged him overshadow his need for strategic alliances? What will happen if the people he needs the most to fight external threats begin to question his leadership due to his increasingly personal vendetta against certain enemies? There's also the ongoing threat of external political forces. The Mongols remain a looming presence in the series, and their ambitions threaten to destabilize the fragile alliances that Osman has worked so hard to build. If Osman's enemies ally themselves with the Mongol, this could lead to a major conflict that puts all of Osman's goals at risk. How will Osman maneuver through these shifting political landscapes? What alliances will he forge, and which ones will fall apart in the process? As Osman continues to rise as a leader, his relationship with his followers becomes increasingly complicated. The question of loyalty is critical in Kurulus Osman, and the next episode may explore just how far loyalty can be pushed before it breaks. Several characters who have been loyal to Osman from the beginning may begin to question whether his singular focus on revenge is becoming a threat to the unity of the beylik. One character whose loyalty to Osman is particularly significant is the enigmatic Malhun Hatun. While she has shown unwavering support for Osman, there are moments when her own personal desires and values seem at odds with Osman's vengeful path. In the upcoming episode, it is possible that Bala will have to make a difficult choice. Will she continue to support Osman, or will her own ambitions or principles pull her in a different direction? Her relationship with Osman could serve as a pivotal point in the upcoming episode, where personal loyalties are tested and the boundaries of trust are examined. Furthermore, the rising tensions within the beylik may cause fractures among Osman's allies. Could we see a situation where certain key figures in Osman's inner circle begin to question his leadership? If a rift were to form within Osman's trusted circle, the consequences could be disastrous not only for him personally but for the stability of the empire he is trying to build. As tensions rise, the lines between loyalty and self-interest will blur, and the struggle for dominance within the beylik will intensify. The external forces at play are becoming more difficult for Osman to ignore, especially as the Byzantine Empire and the Mongols continue to plot against his growing power. The Byzantine threat, in particular, is more than just a military concern. It is also a deeply psychological and cultural struggle for Osman. The Byzantines represent everything that Osman has been fighting against: the foreign oppressor, the invader, and the empire that once subjugated his people. As the Mongols make their move to assert control over the region, it seems likely that Osman will have to confront them head-on. However, this presents a new challenge. Is his personal quest for revenge clouding his judgment when it comes to dealing with these more immediate threats? It's easy to imagine Osman becoming consumed by his desire for retribution, which could cause him to miscalculate the threat posed by the Mongols and the Byzantines. The next episode may present Osman with a dilemma. How will he balance the need for vengeance with the need to protect his people from the larger geopolitical forces at play? Will he pursue his enemies to the point of no return, risking his own power and the stability of his alliances, or will he find a way to outmaneuver his adversaries without sacrificing his sense of honor? One of the most intriguing possibilities for the upcoming episodes is the potential rise of a new, formidable rival. While Osman's main enemies have been well established, there have been hints throughout the series that new players may soon emerge, challenging Osman's authority and ambition. These new rivals could come from within the Turkish tribes themselves, from the Byzantine Empire, or from foreign powers like the Mongols. Whoever they are, they will bring a new level of complexity to the series. What would happen if a new rival appeared? Someone who not only challenges Osman's authority, but also seeks to take revenge on him for perceived wrong. Could this be the catalyst for a major turning point in the series? We have already seen how betrayal can tear relationships apart, so it's possible that a new enemy could use personal vendettas against Osman's allies to weaken his position. Could this introduce a new layer of psychological warfare to the plot, where Osman is forced to fight not only for his survival but for the loyalty of those around him? The dynamic between Osman and his allies is already complex, but the introduction of a new enemy could shift the power balance entirely. With Osman's focus on revenge and justice, a rival who is equally determined to gain power could force him to make difficult choices that will define his future as both a leader and a man. As we anticipate the next episode, it's clear that the story is building toward a dramatic climax. The key question questions to keep in mind are: how will Osman reconcile his quest for vengeance with the ever-present political pressures around him? Will loyalty and betrayal continue to shape his path, or will he be forced to make decisions that will alter the course of the series forever? The episode will likely offer crucial answers to these questions, setting the stage for future developments. The theme of revenge will undoubtedly remain central, but the narrative could take unexpected twists as the stakes rise higher. Whether it's the challenges of leadership, the politics of war, or the deepening moral dilemmas faced by Osman and his ally, the future of Kurulus Osman is poised to be just as unpredictable and compelling as ever.